Hey, this is Dan,
Bob,
Eric,
and Dr. Aggro
from GigaBoots.com, and welcome to GigaBoots Podcast Episode 8, Podcast Down. Or 8ing, whichever one you want it. I like Podcast Down.
can we do neither?
Neither?
Is that possible?
Why?
Because
two names, really?
Podcast Town. That's like awesome. Sounds like a good movie. Somebody should make that.
It sounds like a really tedious Animal Crossing knockoff.
I believe it, and I would
yeah.
probably buy it.
What a shameless whore.
One Up came in and destroyed my home. Yeah, you go tell that Mr. Rossetti. He's really going to understand that's why you hit that button. In any case, okay, so what we got today is a news roundup, and then after that, a surprise roundtable. So let's go ahead and get to the news.
Can't wait for it. It's a surprise.
That's
Such a
very.
good-
I'm surprised with the surprise.
You should be. In any case, first bit of news, Valve is taking Counter-Strike to consoles with a new game coming out. It's going to launch simultaneously on PC and Mac, for Steam, of course, and then early next year it's going to launch on both the Xbox Live Arcade and the PlayStation Network.
They're actually going to have a new Counter-Strike available?
Yeah,
that will be
it's
the first
been a
time.
while.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned anything. And is this actually like
It's
have some sort of schedule?
It's going to be playable at PAX Prime later this year.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's pretty close to done, I'm guessing, if they're like,
Wow.
yeah, and early next year it's also coming to consoles. So we're like, also, that means after, and then, wait, what?
That's so weird.
You assholes! We've been sitting here this whole time waiting, and you're just like, no, we're not doing anything, it's done.
It's just weird to think about Counter-Strike on a console. I've done it once. It seems supremely counterintuitive.
They ported it to the Xbox.
Yeah. Really?
And maybe also the PS2.
PS2 as well, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't nearly as
No,
so
those were all mistakes.
In effect, this is the second Counter-Strike, Counter-Strike 2.
Yeah, it's the
So there will
second-
never be another Counter-Strike because Valve is incapable
because
of
this
counting
is the
to
third
3.
game, but it's not numbered. It's called Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
okay. What?
Globally offensive.
So I bet
I'm
this is still
gonna
use
go
swords,
down a
isn't
list
it?
of racial slurs. So if you all sit with me for a moment,
Stay a while. I'd be offended.
Raise your hand if you're offended so we can get through everyone.
we don't want to leave anyone out. Okay, flipping page sound. Let's begin.
Now, I wouldn't advise going off early here, because you'll have to hold your hand up until everyone else is up.
White
wait
people are
until
like,
you're
God,
really offended.
why did you do us first? Our arms are tired. We're used to using keyboards and not moving much. But yeah, so that's going to be playable at PAX Prime Expo this month. And yeah.
Oh god, it is this month.
I bet
Yeah,
it's
it is
going
this
to be
month.
freaking Source Engine again and not look
Well,
much
yeah.
better.
To be perfectly honest, if this was anything but Source Engine, my mind would be fucking
Yeah.
blown. They really need to come out with a new engine. That's just me. In any case, moving on. So, Rage is going to come with code in the first-time buyers. You know, you buy it new. You
Right.
get a code for exclusive single-player content instead of an online pass. Now, the cool thing about this is this content isn't in your face like you go to a part of town and you talk to a guy and he's going to be like, oh, no, you can't do that. You don't look right or something like
You
that.
can't access this part of the town until you pay us money. Half of it is just blank and
you
goes
aren't-
off into infinity.
You aren't good enough for this part of town. The sewers in town are actually only openable. And you can only adventure into the sewers to deal with the mole people. I'm making that up. If you have this
Probably
Or
card.
are you? We don't know.
Dude,
It's
I
weird,
hope so.
Because, I mean, some of the trailers we were seeing were the sewers in towns. So it's surprising.
See, I think you're thinking of the well. That wasn't actually sewer part. That was a part of another building, and yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I guess
So that wasn't a sewer.
that was a sewer well thing that.
Well,
happened to
it
be,
wasn't
you
a
go in
sewer.
a manhole.
Well, it was underground and there was water, but aquifers are like that, and those aren't sewers.
Yes, they are.
Bob, what have you been
Aquifers?
drinking?
Why not?
Why
Stop
not?
drinking
Why aren't
it.
aquifer sewers? Possibly because they're naturally occurring crevices in the earth in which water reservoirs
I
are
was
not.
thinking something completely different.
Yes, you were.
Okay.
Your
Yeah.
knowledge of water-based structures is severely lacking. Get out.
Apparently.
You'd be screwed in Rome if you were building it.
Bob, you'd
everyone
be
did
screwed
that.
in Rome if you went to Rome.
You are jailbait for Romans.
Oh.
In any case, moving on. We got more details on the 3DS Ambassador games.
Anything cool on the list?
Well, one moment. Let me.
Don't
Don't jump the gun. Okay, I'm gonna click that. That'll open elsewhere. I'm gonna go through the important stuff first. So the NES games, you know how they're getting that, but eventually they're coming out on the store too.
Right.
Now, when you get that in this as the 3DS Ambassador thing, that has functionality for restoring save points, much like the Virtual Console one, in that you just suspend the game, and then when you come back to it, it will suspend from that point.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. When it comes out on the store, you'll have save states.
Huh.
Yeah, they're actually going to program for the first time ever legitimate functionality like that into their emulator.
We the ambassadors like me don't get that.
I was actually I just wanted you to express that emotion before I said it. No, you get it too. You get both.
Okay.
The Game Boy Advance one has no features like that at all. It just relies on the save state that the game makes. All the Game Boy Advance games do that. So
lazy.
Because it's hard.
But no new games. New games.
One moment. I have to go to a different website to get that list.
Research. Work in progress.
Research. What? Who wants to do research? Why didn't you do
Researchers?
Researchers. Yeah, no, they haven't listed anymore.
All right.
From what I'm seeing. Could be wrong. Who knows? I was perfectly right on that Diablo news, right, Eric?
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
That
totally.
happened.
Yeah, totally. So,
What?
Moving on. Metal Gear Solid HD Collection includes Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake because they've announced Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence is a part of that package. Not the normal version of 3, but Subsistence.
It's the vision that has the game that we can't play anymore because they probably didn't reactivate the online mode for it.
Well, they're going to cut that out. I mean, if they got Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2 actually working in HD, that means they had to recode some of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not as simple as using the remasters program. You know, the PSP remastered emulator bullshit that they can for PSP games.
Right.
Yeah. Which reminds me, interesting thing, we get Peace Walker, you know? We don't get Metal Gear Solid 1. The Japanese get Metal Gear Solid 1. They don't get Peace Walker.
What the heck?
No, see, it makes perfect sense because Kojima didn't know about the remastered series until after he announced this. So
he went,
since the Japanese will buy a PSP game again, unlike the American market,
Yeah.
he's definitely looking into doing a remastered series, I bet. Just because that looks better and has better functionality than a custom effort. Which reminds me,
Custom master kind of pointless, hey?
yes. Just noting real quick, guys, the remastered series program actually runs off of a hybrid OS emulator that Sony made about a year or two ago. And they've been just sitting on it and improving with 3D support and high-end graphics and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, our version of Peace Walker for the PS3 isn't going to hold a candle to that, definitely. Something else I was going to note, though. Sony, the PlayStation blog, US PlayStation blog, actually did a write-up, or had a write-up on it from one of the developers of the God of War Portable port.
Right.
You know, those titles. I forgot the name. Origins and Ghost of Sparta.
Origins is the collection, Ghost of Sparta, and
Chains of
Olympus.
There we go. God of War Co. Chains of Olympus. I saw that acronym a lot. In any case, they were talking about how much effort they put into porting it, and it was a really detailed article. And at one time, I'm like, oh, that's cool. And on the other hand, I was like, and then Sony had the solution to just do it easily.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah. Something else interesting there. That it ran at 30 frames per second originally. I didn't know that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Not surprising.
Yeah, not terribly, no.
I mean, that's a PSP game. It looked nice.
Yeah. So in any case, next bit of news, Nintendo is being pressured by investors to bring games to the iPhone because investors don't fucking understand margins. Why don't you have games on the iPhone? We don't understand that people are only buying your console to buy your games. So if you do that, then they won't buy your console, and then we'll be upset when your console doesn't sell. I'm sorry, investors. You're fucking stupid. Okay, there, I said it. Because seriously,
your face
guys,
just went limp as you said that.
Because I had to be as retarded as these people. The very thought of putting games on iPhone as Nintendo would, in fact, completely undermine their entire operation. That's just the case. Nobody buys Nintendo for the features or the hardware.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is solely a game thing, and they are corralling their games
into
into it.
It's like when you're a kid, you're like, I like Mario. And when you're a teenager, you're like, oh, Mario's still cool. And when you're an adult, you're like, I need my goddamn Mario box. so that's the incentive to get Mario.
That's what the next Wii console should be. Just my goddamn Mario box.
Goddamn Mario box coming out this holiday season for the whole
it's like,
family.
oh, the Wii U looks kind of interesting. I wish Zelda was coming out on something else.
Oh, that's fucked.
That's called Darkstalkers.
It's like that plus goth.
Yeah,
I am Darkstalkers. You know,
You
I'm
mean
goth.
Darksiders?
Huh? Darksiders. Yeah, Darkstalkers.
Darkstalkers.
Yeah.
You should still play it.
Darkstalkers is totally Zelda.
Don't you even know anything?
If Zelda was ARGs,
Like
it would be
Morgan.
Darkstalkers.
Morgan was cheap.
It
You gotta
happened.
beat it 12 times without dying.
And then put in the secret code that only we know.
But I don't know.
It's amazing.
Darksiders is still a poor man's Zelda, and that's sad, considering how much more power they have.
Poor man's overly designed characters, Zelda.
See, it's the whole THQ thing, definitely.
Yeah,
because
it
you
is.
can't make a game like Zelda without being a company like Blizzard. I mean Nintendo. Why did I say Blizzard?
I don't
I'm just
know.
kidding. Blizzard has enough money to do insanely long development schedules like Nintendo, which is why I actually said that. Because, to be honest, you can't do a game unless you're Nintendo. Well, yeah. Miyamoto, Pikmin, what? But, yeah. So, I'm just going to note, yeah, it's too bad THQ doesn't have more money to throw at that Darksiders thing. But, back on topic, yeah, what do you guys think on the whole iPhone thing? I mean, to me, that just seems completely stupid. Like, no, stop selling these $40 games with these $170 consoles and start selling 99-cent apps that you only get 60% of the profit from anyways.
If they just want to do ports of old things,
Yeah.
it makes a little bit of sense, but at the same time, the sprite structure on there would have to be totally different than their own sprite structure on the Wii and on the DS.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah,
be
and they
completely
clearly make
screwed.
more money per unit on that. Like, they must be making hand over fist in cash.
Now, if they released it on the iPhone for twice as much, people would still buy them. They would.
I
It'd
actually
grumble.
doubt that. There are emulators on the iPhone and Android.
That's true.
This is true. But can you do those without hacking it in any way?
Yep.
All right, yeah, then no,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
pointless.
See, that's actually the number one incentive to buy the PlayStation Xperia Play, because those keys work with the emulators.
Wow.
Yeah. They only banned the PS1 emulator. I wonder why that happened.
But no, you could totally emulate everyone else's stuff. We don't care.
Which reminds me, I wish I grabbed this bit of news for this. I just couldn't find it when plowing backwards through news. Somebody compromised the PS1 emulator coded for the Xperia Play. So now they have a much better Droid emulator just by uploading the image file of the PS1 game into the Xperia Play. Honestly, I'm more interested in it now, because that means I could play really screwed up games that are murder simulators like Tecmo's Deception
Yes.
in
You
public.
really need to play that in public. Like, what are you doing? Nothing.
I am murdering people I've lured into my house for no reason. Want to hang out? But
With my knives.
Wow.
yeah, with my with my buddies, kitchen knife and butcher knife. But yeah, so I personally, I mean, nobody in this.
I mean, I guess that there's no one to really debate this with, is there?
No, hang on a second. Why did you look at me and narrow your eyes and go,
Because I realized something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, none of us have iPhones, so
No,
Yeah,
no, we don't.
We
Yeah.
don't have that ability to even understand or
we are incapable.
We are not even there.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I could be there. I have enough money to go and be there, but don't know. I'm a Jew. I will go
Jews,
home.
put your hands down.
We know.
We know.
He'll be scolded later.
In any case, yeah. No opposition here. Everyone agrees that's absolutely retarded and their investors are dipshits.
Yeah. I mean, especially if they wanted to design games solely for it.
No, see, they don't even think that far. I'm positive they just want more money, and that's a market.
Yeah.
If we put things on markets, money happens, right?
We'll save the company. No, sit down. That's not
Yeah.
how this works.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Money. It's like a Pokemon battle. You walk around in the grass long enough, it happens.
I was
Hey,
in
we
business school for one whole day.
We put $14, 14 games on the iPhone market. Why aren't we making money? Because you charge $20, and those are old as shit games. What's wrong with you? But yeah, I just moving on. Even retail copies of Battlefield 3 will require Origin, which, for those who don't know, is EA's own developed digital distribution platform.
We need to get some face palming in here.
Good job, everyone.
God fucking damn it. This
Guys.
is asinine.
Guys.
I mean, we went to the store and bought your full retail cop. Why would we want a separate downloadable program, which needs? Oh my god!
Like, this isn't even oppressive DRM. This is just we bought the game. It worked. We bought it. You have the money. Now you're just waving your dick in my face. It's not cool. If I want your shitty Steam knockoff, I'll go goddamn download it.
Like, see, that's the thing. It took Steam a really goddamn long time to get as good as it is. And Origin is already fairly competent. Like, it's already way better than Steam started at. So it's a good platform. This isn't a way to engender good nature or goodwill towards that platform. This is a terrible way to do that. Forcing us to use your platform just makes us fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like if you
it's
forced
like
everyone to
Dr.
wear a
Step.
certain type of shoe. That shoe may be comfortable, but that's just fucking fascist. God.
I mean,
Fucking shit.
This is just, it makes me want to get the PS3 one, even though I would like to upgrade my PC and actually have a really nice Battlefield 3.
Yeah, I know, right? Me too. I would love to steal my roommate's video cards and then do a triple SLI of Battlefield 3 so it actually runs. Oh, we're doing that for a quick play. As soon as I figure out how to do stuff with that.
What sort of terrible magic I have to perform to have that happen?
More like have that happen and do fraps and get a relatively good frame rate.
Yeah. I'll see
Yeah.
if we can't borrow Justin's like 56-inch 1080 TV to do that on.
Well, it still wouldn't be able to I'll explain later. Because it's a color space problem. Like I haven't quite figured out how to get this card to output in the correct color space to use that capture card on it. Yeah, plus it would have to be in the system. In any case, moving on. The Humble India Bundle has sold 372,388 copies and made $2.1 million. So, hooray, everyone. $2.1 million have been made. I don't know what the distribution of that is. I am very fucking curious.
I'm also curious to see how many people pirated it because they're douches.
Yeah, I would love to see that because they do that occasionally. They'll
Really?
say how many people pirate.
How do
Yeah,
they- how
people
can-
pirate
no,
that
no.
when you can pay a cent.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
Yeah.
That is an actually legitimately evil act.
How do they keep
You
track
can-
of it being pirated then?
It's something in the code of each game. Some of the games put in layers that let them know.
So is this Humble Indie Bundle done for this year?
Yeah, it just ended, and that was the total sales.
So wait, what? Minecraft for free until August 14th?
Yeah, you
That
got
was
a
part of
free
the
week
deal.
of.
Okay.
Well, actually, you got it longer
Okay,
if you
yeah,
bought it earlier.
You got to
but,
play it. Okay.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get- it wasn't like, okay, you bought all these, so.
oh, yeah, no. It was like pay over average and get all of this shit. But yeah, so that's cool. I do love the Humble Indie Bundle. That is delicious. You know what I'm hoping is on next year's Humble Indie Bundle? Super Space Rubbish. That would be awesome.
That would be pretty awesome, except that we already own it.
And
Oh, okay.
Give it
the end.
done. So Notch didn't win. He did not give the most money to Humble Indie Bundle this year. He only gave 4,000.
Only 4,000.
4,048.
What a loser.
Well, dude, he's super goddamn rich, and this is his competition, apparently. He just throws money into this to get the highest contributor.
Wow.
And he lost.
by like
Who is
To
Notch?
a website.
Is he just known as...
To a website.
yeah,
What?
that's true.
Is he just like... Who is Notch?
Notch made
Oh,
Minecraft.
he's the Minecraft. Okay.
Okay.
He made Minecraft.
Marcus
Gotcha.
Persons. In any case, yeah, and the winner is a website.
Yep.
In fact, I noticed 2 websites are in the top 10. That's so amusing. Where's GigaBoots, guys?
I don't know. It looks
Where's
like
our
we need
money?
we need to donate $1,000, and we probably would have ended up on
Guys,
there.
fan base, donate money to us so we can donate to charities and get free advertising.
Wow. That's...
What?
What is that?
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know.
You've
It's
managed to
always
make
evil,
charity
but
evil.
it's a charity.
I don't like you anymore.
Where's our $1,000? Oh, I sent it to Peter. You sent it to what? Bob comes in. Where's my smallpox?
Yeah, so that's that. Now on to a bit of laughably pitiful news. Operation Rainfall, the people trying to get those RPGs over to the States on the Wii, is going to mass purchase Final Fantasy I on the Virtual Console to show Nintendo they mean business. And they
What?
are a force,
That's-
sales-wise, to be reckoned with.
As far as what they're trying to accomplish, that's kind of the best way to go about it.
Kind of, but not really. We're talking about Nintendo. I doubt
No,
Nintendo even
doesn't
has...
give a fuck. No, they're
Yeah.
like spooning at a brick wall.
I doubt they even
Yeah.
have the proper analytics to realize how many people buy it within a certain span of time. So people may just buy it a lot and they'll be like, hey, money!
They would probably have a press release saying, "Wow, Final Fantasy sold really well." How
Wonder
about
what-
that?
Thanks!
I mean, we know these guys are mailing them constantly and constantly emailing them as well. So both physical and electronic. I should hope that they get the memo, but I know that probably won't happen.
Or that they give it, yeah. no,
Nintendo's just gonna give a polite no thank you gift, and that's about it.
Also highly related is Nintendo of America is keeping a close eye on the game's performance in Europe because Xenoblade is actually making it to Europe.
Yeah, somehow that
Completely
happened.
localized for English-speaking audiences, but not for America.
But if they're European voice actors, for
We're
the most
better
part-
off.
Yeah.
they might have accents.
Because I can just see Nintendo.
Oh, no, you don't know,
know.
do you?
What?
Every port that is localized for Europe exclusively, they cheap out on it so hardcore that every line of dialogue is fucking terrible. We're talking Shinobi Do 1. We're talking Project or Overblood 2. You remember that? That was fucking
wow.
hilariously bad. Like, we're talking people
I thought that was
faking British
freaking-
accents at the top of their lungs.
I take back everything I've ever said.
But, like, Nintendo, what I'm worried about is that the reaction they'll have to this, if they do take notice of it, is that Nintendo has long established itself as being Nintendo and not giving a shit about you, so that these people would have the temerity to accomplish this. Nintendo's like, okay, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're releasing Mother 2 again in Madagascar in Portuguese. Fuck off.
Ow!
Wow.
That hurts me, and it's not even true.
Mother 3. Mother 2's Earthbound.
Yeah.
Used to.
Yeah.
Why would that affect us? Because we have Earthbound.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so 3. I still love it.
2.
Huh?
I still meant 2.
Why?
Because either way.
But we're not hurt by that. In any case, here's a picture of your childhood. Oh, okay. I'm giving it to this guy. Oh, okay. That's creepy. But,
You still have a copy of that picture, right? Yeah. Well,
away, Jet. But yeah, I find it especially funny because they call this Phase 2.
Yeah.
Operation Rainfall's Phase 2.
I'm surprised this is only phase 2. I thought they've gone through several because I've been reading that they've.
No,
they
those
sent-
were
they sent
steps
dri-
on Phase 1.
They sent dried meat in one of them to represent which one was that? The one that's an action game, not an RPG.
Oh, I know.
They
Xenoblade
sent
and-
dried.
Oh,
meat.
Pandora's Tower.
Yes, Pandora's Tower.
Okay.
Yes.
Guys, not only are you slightly pitiable, you're kind of
The bad part is
kind of disturbing.
I think they're going the wrong angle. They need to just be like, Nintendo, let freaking someone else publish these, like everyone else would.
Yeah, I mean Sony did that. They did that
Sony's
with
done
Ape
that
Escape
twice.
2 and 3.
They've done it twice this gen. It's happened with Demon Souls, and it just happened with that Bleach game that came here.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't a hard thing to do. Nintendo would make money. They
Yeah.
just need to set up a deal. But
no.
no, none of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next bit of news. Heroic Bungie employee made a citizen's arrest with a concealed firearm.
Legally concealed.
Yeah.
So, he's on the up and up.
There's something sort of overkill about making a citizen's arrest with a gun.
Did the
Well,
suspect
how
have
else
a
do you
gun?
propose
Yeah,
to
of
arrest
course.
someone?
Yeah. Yeah,
With
citizen's
a stern
arrest.
finger shaking?
Yes. You're under citizen's arrest. You're under citizen's arrest. You're under citizen's arrest. You're a dickbag.
That's how I fucking roll out in the real world in the mean streets.
Oh, yeah.
I got my finger, it's stern, and motherfucker, I will shake it if I must.
Dude, don't you? I'm looking at that stern finger. If you stop that,
Will you
don't
will shake
even.
it, but will
Don't-
you wag it?
Motherfucker, don't test me.
Oh, I'll test you.
Because I'll shake it.
I'll test
wag
you
it.
like a fucking SAT. I'll give you a
What?
score. It'll be like 907. You're kind of okay.
What does it mean? You have to go look it up on the other notes.
That was so dumb I forgot words.
So anyway, what's going on? Bungie employees are shooting people?
Yes. And moving on.
The end.
All the news that's
He had a
fit
citizen's
to...
arrest. He had various gunshot wounds and broken bones.
He arrested citizens with his charming verbal repartee and hail of gunfire.
I actually don't think anyone was shot.
Yeah,
so.
no one was. Well, one
In
was
fact,
shot
I
and
think the
injured.
article says he asked the guy to put down his gun, then he did, and then he asked him to get on the ground, and then he did. The end.
Yeah, that's what
That
happened.
needs
But
to
somebody
end with
was
then
shot
he pile
and injured.
drived him
For justice.
for justice.
For peace and justice.
But yeah, one was shot and injured for the record.
Oh, well, one of them before. Never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still shooting
I'm
occurred.
Dan. I have to get facts right.
Yeah, otherwise my friend comes back from college and gives me a day's worth of shit about Diablo 3.
This is kind of ironic because Eric
Yes.
isn't Dan, but he's saying he's Dan, and then saying that he has to get facts right.
Wait, we didn't tell Aggro. We're both Dan. Why do you think we're both white with brown hair? We reveal our true selves.
Oh no, how could they be even whiter?
Your muscles shouldn't be like that.
Oh, God. We drink lots of milk.
We bathe in it.
In any case, that's all the news. Now we're going to move on to the surprise roundtable in just a moment.
Do we get open a box?
No.
No.
Where would we put it? Under the table?
Yes.
I thought you guys were hiding it from me. Come on. Something's gonna be
Well,
exciting and a
here,
surprise.
We hide a lot of things from you, Bob. That's a natural part of our job. But shut up.
Good one, Aggro.
And don't look under the table.
Okay, let's go ahead and start the surprise roundtable.
Okay. Special topic that I had this week.